Hi friends, thank you so much for being here. Today's video, I thought that I would reintroduce myself as Elise. I am the face of this channel, Hourglass Elise, and I haven't really shared a lot about myself, and especially if you're new, this is the first video or one of the first videos you're seeing from my channel, I would just like to introduce myself to you, share a little bit more than I honestly ever have, just so that you know a little bit more about the person behind this channel. So if you want to know more about me, what I'm into, where I'm from, all of the nitty gritty, then let's go. All right, before we get into all the tea about me, everything I will be using on my face will be listed in the description box down below. As always, I won't really be talking about the makeup in this video. To start, hi, my name's Elise, spelled like Alice, pronounced Elise. In Espanol, it is Elise. I know in English it's Alice. I was born in the Dominican Republic. I immigrated to the United States when I was 3, pero no hablo español. My mom just never continued speaking it to me, so yo entiendo mucho, pero yo no sabo. I am 26 years old and I am the oldest of 6. I was born in 99. I am a February Pisces. Shout out to all my Pisces, but specifically my February girls. Love you guys. If you're into astrology, my big 3, I'm a Pisces Sun, Cancer Moon, Pisces Rising, a lot of water, a lot of fire in my chart. Like no earth, no air, just fire and water over here. I do oftentimes when I meet new people get that I'm an Aries. I have a lot of Aries in my first house, a lot of Aries just in my chart in general. So that does definitely show up in my personality. I would describe myself as an extremely passionate, honest, blunt person. I'm the type of friend that my other friends come to me when they need a real ass bitch to tell them what's up. But on the flip side of that, you will never meet a more loyal, down-ass friend than I ride for my friends. I am a huge lover. I just love the people that I love so intensely. I don't love a lot of people. I don't like most people, if I'm being honest. I am an introvert. I keep to myself a lot. I love spending time alone. I am in a relationship, however. We did meet at my job, and we've been together almost 6 months now, and he is just everything, amor de mi vida. My boyfriend is not really on social media, but if you guys would like a little bit more tea on that, if you would like to meet him, let me know. Like this video and let me know, and I can make something work. Along the lines of astrology, I am an extremely spiritual person. I do have several angel numbers tattooed on me. You can see 222 right there. I also do have 1111 right here. It's kind of hard to see her because she is like underneath my hair. I started my spiritual journey in 2020 once the pandemic hit. That really awakened a lot of things for me, as it did probably most of us. I have been practicing Wiccan magic and crystal magic since then as well, so it's been almost 5 years. And recently I've been getting more into animal magic. I just want to learn more and more types of magics. I do spells. I manifest all the time. I'm really into subliminals. I also do tarot. I do have a couple of tarot videos on my channel. I kind of stopped just because, well, frankly, like they don't do well. And my channel isn't like a tarot spiritual channel. However, when I did start my channel back in 2020, if you go back to like my very first videos, I do a series called Makeup and Magic. At least that's what I did in the beginning. So when I first started the channel, I kind of did want it to be more of like a spiritual talk meets like makeup kind of thing. But then it just, over time, really am just more stuck to makeup because that's what the people want to see. I do have over 20 tattoos. This is my latest tattoo. And I do name my tattoos, specifically my feminine tattoos. I do have several women tatted on my body. This one is a Picasso. Also have some more right here. And then this one is kind of like a self-portrait. It's supposed to be me from a couple years ago. Most of my tattoos are on my arms. I do have several up in here, and most of them are in black and white. I do only have a couple colored tattoos at this point, and I'm getting another tattoo very soon, beginning of May. I'm going to get another one on my leg. And fun fact, I've been getting tattooed since 2017. My first tattoo is a moon surrounded by clouds. It's on my back. And since 2017, I have gotten at least one tattoo every single year. I think there was one year I literally got like 4 or 5 tattoos like in that year. So big fan. I definitely want to be completely covered up. Most of my tattoos are inspired by feminine energy, by women. I do have a lot of like women's bodies and faces tattooed on my body, and also love anime inspired tattoos. One of my favorite tattoos is this one. If you have seen Chainsaw Man, you know. And speaking of anime, I am a huge weeb. If you did not know, anime is like one of my favorite things to ever exist. My top 3 anime, easily and in order: Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, my favorite anime of all time, and also the anime I've watched the most. I've seen it through completely 6 times over, and I did start rewatching it for a 7th time. Next would be Naruto Shippuden, a freaking classic. Love the characters, love Kakashi. Don't really love the 4th Ninja War arc. If you know, you know. And then third would be Yu Yu Hakusho. I do have a Yu Yu Hakusho tattooed. And my favorite anime character of all time is Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho. And I have this tattoo of Yoko Kurama when he's in his White Fox form. Going bang. So I also love Ghibli. I've seen almost every single Ghibli film that Miyazaki has made. I love Miyazaki so much. Love The Boy and the Heron. Saw that when it came out. I also love Pokemon, as you can tell. I have multiple plushies. I have my little Psyduck here. I also have my Dragonite and my Lapras over here. I love plushies in general. I have many, many more plushies. I have multiple Pikachu plushies, Eevee, Totodile. So I used to play Pokemon Go, but I very much fell off, so I do not play anymore. But back to anime. So anime is basically the only thing that I watch. I don't really watch live action shows anymore. They just don't do it for me. I just love anything animated. I also love like adult cartoons. Honestly, I watch like kids cartoons. Like Adventure Time is my favorite cartoon of all time, and I have seen that one probably like 3 times over. But the anime that I'm currently watching is Hell's Paradise. So freaking good. If you watched Attack on Titan and you want something like that but not as like intense and like intricate of a story, something a little more laid back, Hell's Paradise is perfect. Really getting into that one. And then also I love romance anime. I really got into romance anime last year, and the one I'm currently watching is Honey Lemon Soda. I think they just finished the 1st season, but that one is like really new. It just dropped. That one is okay. It's definitely not my favorite. It's cute, you know, just a little like simple watch. And then also, if you really want to get into more like niche anime, you need to check out the anime on Tubi. They have just some really niche, like very underground anime that you're not going to find on Netflix or Hulu or Crunchyroll. And the one that I've been watching is called 12 Kingdoms. It's on Tubi. It is so interesting, so good. Never heard of this anime, and I don't think you can find this anime anywhere else. So check that out if you like isekais, but it's not like a typical isekai. It's more of like an adventure anime just set in a different world than the original. Speaking of anime, I do collect anime figurines amongst other things. I do have a shelf over here where I keep all of my figurines and little trinkets. I don't just collect anime figurines though. I do collect just figurines in general. I also really love Godzilla. I love kaiju so much. and my boyfriend got this for me for my birthday a couple months ago, and it is Godzilla from -1, which is my favorite Godzilla movie, and he's one of my favorite Godzillas. I know it's a toy, but I don't know. I love collecting toys, figurines, stuff like this. I just think stuff like this is so freaking cool. One of my favorite anime figurines. I went to an anime convention last year and I got this sick Sesshomaru. He is so underrated. So Sesshomaru representation, like, does he not look so fierce? Also, this is gonna awaken some locked hidden memories for you guys, but did anyone else obsess over Neopets when they were a kid? Like, I loved Pokemon, I watched Pokemon growing up, but in terms of worlds of fictional animals, Neopets was that bitch for me, and I still have some of my vintage, like, original little Neopet toys. This is one of them. This one isn't working currently. I do have my little sheep guy here. So these are original, vintage, probably a good 20 years old. This one still works. And if both of these were working and I turn them on, they talk to each other, which is so cool, so unique. They just really don't make toys like this anymore, so also huge fan of Neopets. But my spirit animal, my ultimate spirit animal is this bitch right here. Kuromi, me and Kuromi go like this. I love Sanrio. I like Hello Kitty, but out of the Hello Kitty world and the characters, Kuromi is just that #1 for me. I have been meaning to do a little short showing all of my Kuromi stuff, because when I tell you, out of anything that I collect, like character-wise, I have the most from Kuromi. To give you an example, this is a little pocket mirror that my boyfriend got me for my birthday. Kuromi bag, period. Also little bag plushie on the side. And just another little small example is this is currently the phone case. This is a Susanoo from Naruto phone case, but I just put these like raised, like squishy little Kuromi stickers. When I tell you, this is less than 1% of the Kuromi shit that I have. So if you want to see the Kuromi shit I have, it's like stickers, pins, hair accessory, bags, plushies, like so much. I love Kuromi. That is not all that I collect, however. I have repurposed these Ariana Grande X Swarovski boxes. My boyfriend did get me some pieces from this collection, and of course I have to save the boxes because, like, okay. Before I show you what's in here, I do briefly want to shout out my perfume collection. Somewhere up there on my shelf, I do own 22 perfumes, but in these boxes, so this is my sticker collection and it is quite full. I don't know how many stickers I have. This is just some of them. These are just the ones that I was able to grab, so you can imagine I have a lot. I do want to show you some of my favorites though. My boyfriend got me these. If you love Junji Ito, some of these more like dark, twisted kind of stickers. I love stuff like this. Huge fan of Junji Ito in general. I also do own many a Pokemon sticker. I found these really cool, like, shiny Pokemon stickers, again, from that anime convention I went to last year. But then I have more just whimsical, lighthearted stickers like this frog and toad one. And then in this hard box are all of my pins. I love pins. I think I'm kind of more, like, into liking pins right now over the stickers just because these are a bit more functional. But here are all my pins. I don't know how many I have, but just looking here, I at least have 30 pins. I do have a lot of anime pins. Here's some Frieren pins, My Melody Kuromi pins, Demon Slayer. This might be my favorite pin that I own. I did get it from that same anime convention, and it is a little fishing pole, and you can attach different little Pokemon. This is my favorite, Slowpoke. I adore Slowpoke, but it also came with other little attachments like this Dratini. And then of course, you know, I had to have my girl. I had to have my girl in here. But moving on to other things, I do have a bachelor's degree. Most people don't know this about me, but I did go to school for music. So I have my degree also up on my wall up there. I do have a bachelor's of music with a concentration in music composition and production. So I do know how to produce music, I write music, and music is actually a huge part of my life. It's probably like the biggest part of my life. I never talk about it just because for so many reasons. I graduated into the pandemic. So that completely derailed like the path I was going on with my music career, and college unfortunately did taint my relationship with music. It definitely made me a perfectionist when it comes to music, so it's really hard for me now that I'm not really like actively performing and like going to school for music anymore. It's really hard for me to just enjoy music for fun because I had it drilled into my head that like everything that I created had to be a product to sell myself, to get work, and ultimately to get money. So I do play several instruments. I did grow up playing music. I've been playing some kind of instrument since I was 5. My first instrument I ever learned was piano. I hated piano and really did not want to continue piano lessons. So unfortunately, I didn't continue piano lessons. I wish I did because piano is so cool. I did do 5 semesters of piano in college. So when I was in college, I could play you a little Bach fugue, a little ditty on the piano, actually pretty well. Now I've completely like lost my chops. I can still play piano, I can still like read music and play like very like basic little songs, but definitely not to like where I was at when I was in college. I am classically trained and I am a strings musician. I know how to play all the string instruments I learned in high school. My main string instrument is viola. I also learned how to play violin, cello, and upright string bass when I was in high school. However, viola was always my main instrument and what I always played in school up into college. I do still have my instruments. I do still play, but it's just very, very few and far between. And that will kind of explain to you like why I'm even here. Like I'm on the internet talking about makeup and other things and not even using my degree. I am so glad that I did go to college. I'm so glad that I majored in music still because I still have all that information and I still just love music. It's like the most important thing to me, honestly. And I do get a little emotional talking about it because it's been kind of a difficult journey kind of coming home to music and trying to better my relationship with music due to what happened at my time in college. But that is why I'm here. Music will always be a part of my life, but I don't think in this lifetime that it will be my source of income. I did grow up in North Carolina. I lived in North Carolina for 17 years. So even though I was born in the Dominican Republic because I immigrated to the United States when I was so young, I moved around a lot when I first came to this country. I moved and lived in 5 different states by the time that I was 6. I did grow up in North Carolina. I do consider that to be where I'm from. I am from Jacksonville, North Carolina. If you know, you know. But back to my schooling, I did go to East Carolina University, ECU, go Pirates, go Cards, and I did graduate summa cum laude which if you don't know, that is the highest honor. It's above magna cum laude. I was always good at school. I was always like top 10 in my class in high school and everything. Always got really good grades. I loved reading and writing most, then math, then science, and like anything like chemistry related. I was horrible. I always got straight A's, and chemistry was the one class that I got a B in, which like, that's not bad, but like for a straight A student, that's pretty abysmal. Going back to music though, types of music that I like, since music is such a big part of my life, I listen to music constantly, definitely way more than the average person, at least that's what Spotify tells me. And like top genres of music absolutely have to be R&B, alt rock, hardcore punk, grunge rap. I love indie folk. I love pop in general. Like my favorite music artist of all time is Ariana Grande. I am a huge Ariana stan. She has been my top artist on Spotify for like the past 6 or 7 years. And I listen to her music basically every single day. I adore Ariana. But other artists that recently I've been really into, slash just like my favorite artists of all time underneath Ariana, would definitely have to be Halsey. I'm seeing Halsey in July. I'm elated, like so ready. I'm also going to see Lady Gaga in July as well. I am such a monster. Like I've literally been there since 2009. Like, and that's something I never really talk about. I don't know why, but like I'm actually a huge stan of Lady Gaga. Also love Kehlani down, love Bjork down. Bjork is so like, she's mother, period. Love Mariah Carey, grew up listening to Mariah Carey, grew up listening to Christina Aguilera. She's my favorite pop diva of all time. Like, so much of my vocal technique and how I sing is because of Christina Aguilera, so love her down. Love Ben Folds. He's a North Carolina native, if you know, you know. Also, love my rap girls, Doechii. I've been with Doechii like since the beginning, so love to see her winning. Love Megan Thee Stallion, love Glorilla. Fleet Foxes, also one of my favorite indie bands of all time. And for like a little more like hardcore stuff, Knocked Loose is my favorite hardcore punks, borderline death metal band like ever. I'm seeing them in October. Also love Spirit Box, been listening to Spirit Box's new album, it's really good. And FKA Twigs, also been listening to her new album Eusexia like on repeat. That's just to name a few. I listen to like so many different people, but those are just the ones that I've been listening to lately, slash like off the top of my head are my favorites. But outside of music, my other hobbies, definitely outdoorsy things. I live in Nevada, in Sierra Nevada specifically, so there's just so many good hiking spots. I go hiking and on walks every single week. I also love being near water. Again, I'm a Pisces triple water sign, so I just flourish around any kind of body of water. Yesterday, I spent some time at the river. I'm constantly at the river, and there's a bunch of rivers and lakes where I live, so I am just constantly at the river. And now that it's getting warm outside, like best know, I'm gonna be at some kind of lake, pool, river, like every single weekend. I also love to eat, girl. I love to eat. I am a reformed vegan, so I am still plant-based. I've been plant-based since November of 2019. I have not eaten meat. Aside from the occasional sushi, I do occasionally still eat some sushi, but that's only a couple times a year. Any other kind of meat I have not eaten, I have not touched since 2019, and I definitely will not be ever like consuming red meat, pork, anything like that ever again. I was a strict vegan. I'm talking like absolutely no eggs, no dairy, no meat, no honey, like any of that. I was strict vegan for 4 years. I am not a strict vegan anymore. I do occasionally eat dairy. I don't drink cow's milk. I will never drink cow's milk. Only oat milk. But cheese, like specifically, I do consume occasionally, probably like once or twice a week. But I would say 90% of my diet is still actually vegan. Other things I love to do specifically with my friends, I love mini golf and actual golf. I've been getting into like actual golf lately. That one is really fun. I love axe throwing. I love puzzles. I love painting, tabletop games, stuff like that. I am a huge cinephile. I really like never talk about like how much of a cinephile I am. Last year I saw 32 movies in theater. And the year before that, 2023, I saw 28 movies in theater. And I do own a premium membership to my local movie theater, so. Branching off of the topic of veganism, as I said, I love to eat. My favorite food ever is pizza. I probably do consume pizza like at least twice a month, but top cuisines in order definitely have to be Indian food. Then I would say Chinese, Thai food, Vietnamese food, Mexican food, and then Italian. Of course, I love my native food. I love Dominican food. But I grew up eating it, so I guess that's why it's not making like the top list, even though I love like moro de guandules, I love mango, I love plátano frito, like don't get me wrong. But definitely like Indian food or Thai food every other week. I have been to several countries in my life, very, very blessed to have been able to travel a little bit. I have been to Canada, I have been to Mexico, of course I've been to Dominican Republic to go back to visit several times. I have been to 26 out of the 50 states, so that's 52% of the states I have been to. I've also been to the UK twice. Places I really want to go to, number one on my list has to be Japan, of course. I'm a huge weeb. Also, really want to go to Thailand. I had a friend go to Thailand a couple years back. I would love to pet elephants, play with elephants. Elephants are one of my favorite animals. And Greece. I have driven across the country twice. So the first time was when we moved from LA over to New Jersey. The second time that I drove across country was actually to move here to Nevada. I drove from North Carolina to Nevada. I do have a little vlog on my channel actually of that drive and the fucking shit that happened on that drive. A couple more things before we head out. A little tidbit about like my personal style. So recently, over the past year and a half, I have finally landed on a new personal style. The shirt that I'm wearing today is not a good representation of like my everyday uniform, but 90% of my closet is black. I mostly wear only black in most of my videos anyways. You'll see that I'm wearing a black tank top or a t-shirt. This is one of the only colored shirts that I wear. I do thrift or get my clothes secondhand 75% of the time, I would say. Some of my favorite clothing brands, I love Young LA. They are an LA-based, more like loungewear slash fitness clothing brand, but I wear their shit to the gym, outside of the gym, just casually around all the freaking time. I wear Ice Tea Aesthetics. They are an anime clothing brand. I wear their stuff all the time. I have a couple of pieces from Hypeland, which another anime retailer that I really like. A lot of the main pieces I wear, I did get from Depop or Poshmark, like vintage dead stock pieces. I love stuff like that. I would describe my personal style to definitely be heavily inspired by New York streetwear. When it comes to jewelry, it's a lot of chains. I love chains like this. My favorite jewelry brand, I have talked about them a couple times on my channel. They are on Instagram. They also have a separate website. They are called Cute Things Coming. This is one of their pieces, and I only wear stainless steel pieces, and I only wear silver. I stopped wearing gold jewelry almost 2 years ago now. I'm just more of a silver girl now. But I did want to end this video of getting to know me with just some things that I'm really passionate about, like that is going on in the world. I am part of the LGBTQIA+ community. I am pansexual and also non-binary. I recently started using she, her pronouns, but for the longest time I was only they, them. So now it is she, they. However, I do more so like to be called they, them. But I am really passionate about gay rights, trans rights. I'm, of course, pro-choice. Definitely advocate for women's rights, believing in women. Also really care about the environment. That goes hand in hand of like why I went plant-based almost 5 years ago now, and really caring about like climate action, recycling. Also really care about human rights, everything that's happening in Gaza, everything that's happened between Palestine and Israel. I feel very strongly about that. In 2020, the murder of George Floyd, anything to do with Black Lives Matter, I am a huge supporter of that. I was in an organization back in North Carolina that I did a lot of groundwork with them, and I'm just really passionate about anti-racism, anti-fascism, anti-imperialism. Almost forgot to mention, I have a cat. His name is Binx. You might have seen him in some of my, or heard him, no shade, in the background of some of my videos. He is currently taking a nap right now, so I'm not gonna pick him up and force him to be on here, but I have a whole little section on my Instagram of videos and photos of him if you want to see more Binx content. And he is a boy. He is a gay boy. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. And he turns 6 this year. Very upsetting that he is so old now. That's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I also always link my Instagram and my Twitter down in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, you're a real one. And if you want more videos like these, get ready with me. It's tutorials and other makeup things. Then like, comment, subscribe. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. And I will see you in the next